STW with a mini lesson on letter writing. We will be going on summer break in about a week and a half, and I was thinking that we will need ways to stay connected while we're apart. We won't be in our Zoom classes anymore, and I thought that writing friendly letters to each other or to other people might be a way to keep connections going during the summer months. So today I'd like to teach you how to write a friendly letter or a letter to stay connected. Sometimes people call friendly letters that go back and forth between each other letters for pen pals, because you're a pal that uses a pen. So this might be something that you decide to do with a friend from class, which is to become pen pals. Another thing that you could consider doing is creating a pen pal relationship with someone you don't know. Maybe you're thinking about people who are especially lonely right now. Maybe people living in nursing homes who can't see anybody else. Maybe a grandparent who hasn't been able to see you in the last few months, or another family relative. That's another person that you could start writing friendly letters with. So friendly letters or pen pal letters or letters to stay connected are kind of like slow conversations that happen back and forth with each other over letters. So there's kind of a few things that are important when you're having a friendly letter relationship or conversation. So let me show you how to write one of these. Just like any letter that you would ever write, the first thing that you always want to do is write the date. And you know that when you write the date, you write the month, then the day of the month, and a comma, and then the year. So today is June 1st, 2020, okay? And just like any other letter that you write, you always start with a greeting. Now, because this is a friendly letter, your greeting can be friendly. So you could say something like, hello, or hi. But you also might want to stick with something a little bit more formal, like dear. Or if you're feeling like Charlotte from Charlotte's Web, you might say something like salutations, or any other kind of greeting you can come up with. Salutations, friend, or greetings, friend, or dear grandma, or hello, grandma. Or if it's someone that you don't know, their name, okay? Now, after you greet the person you're writing to in a friendly letter, because I told you this is a conversation, you want to get the conversation going by telling them about you. Now, what kinds of things can you tell to a person during a friendly letter? Well, if it's someone you don't know, you're going to want to tell them your age, and probably your grade level if you're a kid. And you'll want to tell them a little bit about your family, who you live with. Do you have any pets? Right? And then, if you already know the person, you can just kind of jump in to some of your interests and hobbies. What do you like to do? Do you like to play sports? Do you like to draw? Do you like to bake? Do you like to play video games? Do you like science? Do you like math? Do you like art? What are the things that make you you? And in a similar way, you can talk about the things that you like and that you dislike. Your favorite types of music, your least favorite types of music, and so forth. Once you get this conversation going and you're going back and forth in your letters, you also want to start talking about your feelings, because when you're having a conversation with someone that you're friendly with, you usually share your feelings. And especially in a time right now, you probably want to celebrate the things you're grateful for and also talk about the things that you miss. And finally, another thing that you can share with your pen pal or the person you're writing a friendly letter with are mini stories from your day. What are the things that are happening in your life? Even though we're at home, there's still things that happen to us. Now, as you're talking about yourself, you can interweave questions that you ask about them. This is very important when you write a friendly letter. You always want to make sure that the other person knows that you're interested and that you care about them. So as you write them about your interests, your dislikes, your feelings, and the things that are happening in your day, you're going to want to ask them, how about you? How are you feeling? Or what are you doing? Or do you have a dog? And then as you start writing back and forth, you're going to want to show your pen pal that you really remember what they say by trying to refer to things that they said in their last letter. For example, you could say, last time you said that your dog wasn't feeling well. Is he feeling better? Or are you still baking a lot? Right? Because you're trying to show that person that you care about them. The point of a friendly letter is to stay connected. And one way to stay connected is to remember the things that people tell you. Finally, when you're done with your letter, after you've told them about yourself, after you've asked questions about them, you're going to sign off. And instead of just saying goodbye or sincerely, you're going to want to let them know that you want to continue sending letters back and forth by saying something like, I can't wait to hear from you, right? Make sure you guys have a plan for continuing this conversation in your letters. Can I show you a letter I wrote that is like this? I wrote it to my friend, Miss Curvin. Take a look at my letter. And I don't know if you know this, but I made it on recycled brown paper bags because we have so many of them right now. Here's my letter. June 1st, 2020. Dear Miss Curvin, how are you? This has been an especially hard week for me. I'm talking about my feelings. Tomorrow is my best friend's birthday and we had planned on celebrating this weekend together. It's hard to be away from the people you love. Is there anyone special that you've been missing lately? Do you see how I told her about my feelings and then I asked about hers? Even though we can't go out much, I have been able to keep busy. I just finished my 3rd book this week. Do you have any good book recommendations? Maybe we could choose one to read together. In our letters, we could share our thoughts and ideas. I'm also learning how to crochet. I still need a lot of practice. I would love to learn more about how you're spending your time. Are you still baking a lot? I hope so. Everything you make is so yummy. Now, even though I haven't written to Miss Curvin yet, we know each other and I know she loves to bake. That's why I mentioned it. It shows that I care and that I'm thinking about her. I can't wait to hear back from you. Love, Miss DW. And I even cut out a little picture that I thought she might like of a beach to show her that summer's coming. So that's a way to personalize your letter and show the person that you really care. So, let's see. Let me turn back on my phone. Friends, writers, why don't you start thinking about somebody that you could write to this week? Is there someone in your class? Is there a family member that's far away and lonely? Or maybe there's people outside of your community that you would like to cheer up by sending a friendly letter to. When you think about who you want to write to, sit down and follow these steps for writing a friendly letter. If you don't know the person yet, if it's the first time you're greeting them, make sure that you tell them your age and your grade and who you live with. But if you already know that person, you don't have to mention these things. You can jump into the things that are going on in your life. Writers, go find a pen, go find a piece of paper and their address, and go write a friendly letter to someone. It'll cheer you up, and off you go.